to the one. Huh? As we open the celebration and come to the time of this Heartstream, may we find peace, joy, motivation, inspiration. May Spirit continue to guide each and every one of us. And may the energy of this Heartstream, all of the things that have gone into making it possible today, the work of so many and the creativity that has come to pull this together, reverberate out from this time, from this space, and touch so many lives, touch so many hearts, and reach so many souls. May this indeed today be a blessing to each and every person who receives this now and who receives it later. But we know all is well, and so it is. What comes from the heart reaches the heart. Good morning and welcome to our Heartstream for this Sunday, September the 25th. I'm glad that you have joined us today, this day full of joy, this fall. Fall is my favorite season of the year, and I know that we've had some warm days, some really hot days in Memphis, but moving into the fall, I can start to feel it happening, and I'm excited. I'm also excited about this Heartstream today and about you joining us. And can you continue to share the good news of this Heartstream on social media, the likes when the announcements about it go out? Begin sharing it with your neighbor, and also your financial support and your prayer support and everything else is so important to us. Thank you for all that you do, and I greet you. I bless you. I see God in you. Our purpose statement. Our purpose is to create a spiritual community which recognizes that there is one presence and one power in the universe, God. Daily, we actively practice this spiritual truth. We open our heart space to each person to acknowledge one another as expressions of God. It is in each other that we see God.
Our affirmation for the month of September: my spiritual toolbox. How thankful I am to use all the tools in my spiritual toolbox to condition my mind and live from my brilliance.
Good morning, Open Heart family. I hope you're having a blessed morning. Today I'm going to be reading to you from Your Illustrated Guide to Becoming One with the Universe by Yumi Sakagawa. It's hard to show illustrations in this format, so I'm just going to read this chapter to you, but I hope you get a chance to see the book live at some time. The illustrations are quite charming. This is Lesson 6, Have Cake and Tea with Your Demons. There are no divisions in the universe. The universe is oneness. The universe just is. So it's no wonder that many of us feel disconnected from the universe when we shun our own darknesses, our weaknesses, our anger, our sadness, our shame, and our pain. We are disconnecting ourselves from the full spectrum of elements that exist within ourselves and the rest of the universe. We are not just light. We are not just dark. We are everything. When we realize and truly embrace everything that is within us, that's when we can truly feel healed and whole again. So let us get to know our darkness, our demons that exist in the dark shadows of our minds, the aspects of ourselves we feel most ashamed of. Invite your demon for a slice of cake and a cup of tea. It might feel awkward and uncomfortable at first. Allow the demon to say what it feels like saying, feel what it feels like feeling, think what it feels like thinking. Simply observe and listen with a gentle intention to understand where your demon is coming from. Let the demon say what it wants to say, and then ask your demon to come back another time for more cake and tea. Schedule regular tea and cake dates with your demons. Sometimes your demon will give you something in return for your understanding and kindness, something you can only receive for having the courage to face your darkness, a jewel, a beautiful idea, a key to a secret place. And after a while, you may realize that for this whole time your demon was afraid of you and was waiting for you this entire time, for your love, compassion, and time. Your assignment from the universe: prepare different cake and tea combinations for your different demons, for your sad demons, for your jealous demons, for your unforgiving demons, for your angry demons. Once you've gotten to know a good majority of your demons, organize a dance party.
Hey, 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 here come the announcements. Join us this Thursday for Wine and Words. We think we got it right this time. We had a couple of technical difficulties the last two tries, but we are ready for you this Thursday, 6:30 p.m. Central. We are always glad to see you. As we say, no wine required, just bring you. We have some enlightening, some hilarious, some deep, some thought-provoking conversations, and it won't be the same if you're not there.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Just have a happy day. Today is a day like no other day. Just think and you'll know that it's true. Days like today should be holidays. So I'm singing this message to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Just have a happy day.
Our daily affirmative prayer call takes place each and every morning at 8 a.m. Central Time. Dial in as one of our prayer team members shares an inspirational reading and then prays for you, all in about 7 minutes. At Open Heart, we absolutely believe in the power of affirmative prayer, a dynamic way of representing and being the place for which the presence and the power of God shows up. We know that things are already done in the mind of God. And all of the individuals and families that you see here, we continue to know for you, your wholeness, your abundance, your well-being. We know your healing. We know your comfort. We know all of the things that you already have expressed desires and needs for and beyond. We continue to hold the space daily for each and every one of you. And we move beyond just this list to extend it to all who are part of the Open Heart family and beyond. We know how much our prayers indeed bring about those things that we wish to see, that our conversation, our prayer conversation, brings about our outward manifestation. And we see it happening now and here because it's already done in the mind of God. Divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And I am richly blessed, creating a greater and greater and greater flow. We have ways in which you can give and support Open Heart through Cash App. Our cash tag is OHSC901. You can go online to our website, OHSC901.com. Click on the word give and contribute there. Or you can text the word give to 615-422-4292. Infinite prosperity is mine to share. I am blessed. Thank you for your gifts. Have you signed up for Amazon Smile yet? It's an easy way to support Open Heart when you buy through Amazon. You'll find the same Amazon dashboard, your order and browsing history you currently use. Nothing changes except for the fact that a donation is made to Open Heart every time you make an eligible purchase. We receive 0.5% of your eligible contribution. We don't see what you buy. We don't know anything about this, so don't worry about that. But what you do purchase, the funds come to Open Heart, 0.5% of that purchase. You can even go and add the Amazon Smile extension to your Chrome browser if you use Chrome, so that you can do that. Or if you go to Amazon and you search Smile, smile.amazon.com and search, look for Open Heart Community of Faith Ministries and Church. That was our official name when we signed up, and they make it really difficult to change it. So we're just going with it for now. But that is a way that you can support us, an easy way that you can support the things that we do for Open Heart and as Open Heart.
What kept me sad was the story in my head about what I never had and what I never said. But I can sing a song the flowers gave to me. It helps to keep me strong. It helps to keep me free. So when I'm walking with you, I'm walking with God. And when I'm talking with you, I'm talking with God. And when I'm praying with you, I'm praying with God. If God is all there is, then everything is God. Or when I'm laughing with you, I'm laughing with God. And when I'm singing with you, I'm singing with God. In the arms of my friends, I'm in the arms of God. If God is all there is, then everything is God.
There is a road, a journey we must take. It starts from within, it's just a thought away. I can sing a song the Spirit gave to me. It helps keep me strong, it helps me to be free. Now when I'm walking with you, I'm walking with God. And when I'm talking with you, I'm talking with God. When I'm praying with you, I'm praying with God. If God is all there is, then everything is God. When I'm laughing with you, I'm laughing with God. When I'm singing with you, I'm singing with God. In the arms of my friends, I'm in the arms of God. If God is all there is, then everything is God. If God is all there is, then everything is God. If God is all there is, then everything is God.
I release control and surrender to the flow of love that will heal me.
I welcome you to the centering moment. Let us take an intentional breath, one that focuses and centers us in this sacred space. I invite you to breathe in, hold, and then out. Reflect with joy on all that has gone before this moment, and then have a heart open with anticipation and gladness for what is to come. And let us, as this is our Heartstream, become centered in our heart, breathing in and out with some notes from the heart chakra bowl. Join me again for an intentional, mindful breath. Let us breathe in, hold and out. Namaste. Good morning, Open Heart family. Namaste. The divine within me honor, celebrates, and acknowledges the divine within you. Good morning. So our September theme is my spiritual toolbox. How thankful I am to use all the tools in my spiritual toolbox to condition my mind and live from my brilliance. And so my talk title today is Tools for Your Toolbox. And our talk text, or the text that is the foundation for where we will go today, is Galatians 5:23. But the Holy Spirit produces this kind of fruit in our lives: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. There is no law against these things. So we have a pear tree in our backyard. You can't tell it's a pear tree from the back door or from the patio or from the pool, but of course the closer you get, you'll start to see the pears on the ground and then the pears on the tree. That old saying that the fruit doesn't fall far from the tree, because the fruit is the evidence of what the tree is. And for those of us who assert that we are spiritual or living in alignment with spiritual principles, there should be evidence, fruit that supports that assertion. Today's text, which are the fruit of the Spirit, that there are 9 fruits or 9 blooms which give evidence that you and I are living our lives in alignment with higher spiritual principles. So there's the fruit, but there is the seed or the plant that produces that fruit. And so today I want to spend the rest of the time we have together talking about seeds, or the plant that are the spiritual tools that we need to be in our toolbox to produce evidence that we are creating and living our lives from a place of oneness with Spirit, from our Christ consciousness. So I want to talk about 4 tools that are must-haves in our spiritual toolbox. All right, the first tool is oneness, the consciousness of oneness. The manifest universe is the body of God. All people are incarnations of one Spirit. This is a consciousness, not an ontological understanding or something you say out of your mouth, but it is something that is a part of how you live, move, and have your being in this world. An understanding that there is no one or no thing different from you, for God is all there is, and God includes everything, all possibility, all action, for Spirit is the invisible essence and substance of all form. So whether it's someone you like or someone you dislike, a consciousness of oneness says that even in the midst of that person I dislike, God is there. And so I will take the time to listen, understand, and send love. Even if I have to keep a distance from them, I still understand that God is present in them, that God is present in this circumstance, that God is present in this diagnosis from the hospital. I still know that God is in the midst of this, and that this concept of a oneness consciousness is not some new age, new thought thing, but right here from the Tanakh, right out of the rule book of the Old Testament. The Hero Israel, the Shema. Hero Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. And what I told my students when I would teach Old Testament survey, that here in English you see the 3 letters of O-N-E and how many other letters are in the Hebrew word, but in the text it's the number 1, that singularity, that of everything and anything, it is all God. All God. And if we have that consciousness, the challenge we're going through, the sickness we're going through, the development we're going through, the goodness we're going through, the abundance we're going through, the joy we're going through, it's all one. It's all God, because we have that oneness consciousness. So the next one, I'm just going to say change. Change is a part of living, moving, and having your being as a Christ-filled person. operating from that higher consciousness, that oneness consciousness. And it's a part of how we interact and move and bring our light and presence into this world. Ernest Holmes says, nature will not let us stay in any one place for too long. She will let us stay just long enough to gather the experience necessary to the unfolding and the advancement of the soul. This is a wise provision. For should we stay there too long, we would become too set, too rigid, too inflexible. Preach it on, Ernest. Nature demands change in order that we may advance. And I know that Bishop Gilmore, John Gilmore, and any other preacher here knows that if you go to the church board meeting and say you want to do something new, that you change, I'm just going to leave it at that. But I know it's probably a secret us preachers need to keep to ourselves. But you want to change something in the church? But change is a part of spiritual development. It's how you grow. It's how you evolve. We are continuously living a new life. And when the old and the new do not fit nicely together, the old, no longer able to contain the new, should be discarded. I remember I did a message very similar about that God is about the new. And that it can be hard. It's lovely in our comfort zone, but there's no growth there. And sometimes fear masked as being controlling or judgmental. It's really that fear of stepping out into that comfort zone. This is about having, again, a oneness of your consciousness. That new thing is just another part of the one demonstrating itself. And we can open our hearts to that. New is what God do. Behold, from Isaiah, I will do a new thing. Now shall it spring forth. Shall you not know it? I will even make a road in the wilderness and rivers in the desert. The text from my very first sermon, my first Sunday as the senior pastor at Bethel AME Church. And this is the truth that I have watched spirit where there was dryness and nothing bring newness, and in the desert bring a flow. And so, but you got to be willing to change. You have to have an eye open to see it different than how you or I may have expected it. But with that oneness consciousness comes an understanding to be ready to flow, to groove, to evolve, to change. And then abundance. Abundance is a part of who we are as spiritual people. We must be convinced that abundance is the natural state of the universe. To experience and accept abundance in our life, we must be convinced that as we conceive and believe, the universe handles the details. The challenge is that many of us do not know how to receive. Abundance is mine. I cannot be deprived of my supply. The trees do not lack for leaves, nor do the flowers fail to bloom. This concept of receiving, that everything we want and need is already present in our consciousness, and it's receiving that and pulling that to us and then releasing it to come about in the way that is for our highest good, is how we live in abundance. And I'm not talking about the American Western way of things. I got things. I got a lot of things. I got so many things. It means I'm abundant. No, it means you might be a hoarder, right? I mean, I'm right now, I'm got just put together new thing, got stuff from Amazon, trying to clear and organize, clear out my closet. You know that when we think we're broke, some people wish they were that rich. So abundance financially, but abundance of an understanding of our oneness with the divine, and having an understanding that we can have good and that we can prosper and that we can be successful. Not about faking and flexing, but really having an abundance of joy in our life, an abundance of healthy ways of communicating, an abundance of allowing our true self to shine. Success and prosperity are spiritual attributes belonging to all people, and that it is a part of living a Christ-filled life. John 10:10. The thief has come to kill, steal, and destroy, but the Christ has come that you and I may have life and have it more abundantly. Living our best life, living in joy, living in health, living in wealth, living in our spiritual life and a connected, creating, healing, making room for miracles. That is a must-have tool, abundance, in our toolbox. And as I bring this to a close, this being my message, right? That, of course, I'm going to talk about love. Love is at the center of our being, and the calm, continuous pulsations of life are governed by love. But I want to talk about, what am I talking about when I say love? I think many people grew up in unhealthy homes or dysfunctional homes, or you were involved in relationships that were toxic or violent. And so we're not sure what love is. I always say, when Master Teacher Jesus said, let me sum up all the 600 rules that came out of the 10 Commandments. Love God, love your neighbor, and love yourself. Love your neighbor like you love yourself. And that begins the problem in my mind, because we don't love ourselves. And so the neighbors get that, and God gets that. But when I'm talking about love, I'm coming straight from 1 Corinthians 13. Love is patient and kind. Love is not jealous or boastful or proud or rude. It does not demand its own way. It is not irritable, and it keeps no record of being wrong. Means doesn't hold grudge. Love does not rejoice about injustice, but rejoices whenever the truth wins out. Love never gives up. Love never loses faith. Love is always hopeful and endures through every circumstance. That's what I'm talking about when I say that love is a must-have, essential tool for our spiritual toolbox, and that it is the center of our being. I remember using this next verse when we marched in the Pride Parade in 2019, I guess it was, when those people were there saying, quoting all those verses about gays are going to go to hell or whatever, which I don't think is even a verse in the Bible, but I hit them back with this. 1 John 4:7-8. Dear friends, let us continue to love one another, for love comes from God. Anyone who loves is the child of God and knows God. But anyone who does not love, and that's this list of things of not judging and not being rude, right? So you're yelling all these horrible things at people at the Pride Parade. But anyone who does not love does not know God, for God is love. And that sentence, for God is love, is written like a mathematical equation. That is really an equal. Love is such an important part. And if you got God, right? If you got God, you have to love. You have to love people you disagree with. You have to love people you don't like. You don't have to hang out with them. But there has to be love. And love is the center of our being, as Ernest Holmes says. And then, of course, I use this quote nearly every time I use Ernest Holmes' words, because there's such a powerful truth here. Love is within us. It cannot be destroyed. It can be ignored, and to the extent that we abandon love, we feel it has abandoned us. Denying love is our only problem, and embracing it is the only answer. Through the power of love, we can let go of past history and begin again. Love heals, love forgives, and love makes whole. I love that quote. That's why I use it every time. 4 consciousness, 4 ways of being, 4 ways of interacting, connecting, and showing our Christ consciousness, oneness, change, abundance, and love. Get these 4 tools in your toolbox and continue to be and become a more evolved, a bigger shining light, and a beneficial and transformative presence on this planet. Have a beautiful Sunday. God bless.
There was a time in my life, thought I had to do it all for myself. Didn't know the grace of God was sufficient. I didn't know the love of God was at hand. You are discouraged, struggling just to make it through another day. Gotta let it go. Gotta let it all go. Are you listening? You got to let it all go. And this is what you have to say. I release and I let go. Let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Oh, release, let go. Let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open. Yes, I'm only here for God. No.